Thank you, President Hart. Our next speaker was an early advocate for the streetcar and worked tirelessly to get it included in the 2006 RTA plan. In fact, I am relatively certain that you will not find a more ardent supporter and cheerleader anywhere than our next speaker, and well, maybe Mayor Walkup. I'm sure they're both going to give you a little taste of that. State Senator Steve Farley.
Wow. Let me get this up here.
Ooh.
Just take this all in. It's been a long time, Tucson, but what a day, huh? You know, last time I stood on a stage in the middle of Congress Street was 15 years ago, as I dedicated the Broadway underpass murals. You know, just a couple hundred yards over there to the east. That's my artistic tribute to the people of Tucson, with an underlying message that it was possible to return life to downtown streets. Our community celebrated itself downtown in the middle of the 20th century, and we could do that again. Fast forward to today. Look around. We've done it.
We've stolen
You've
$200 million.
This is what Tucson can do when we all work together.
And steal
Jobs,
from others.
business, housing, people coming together to have fun and work hard 24/7. Rich, thriving life in all its forms. We did this together.
What the hell's he talking about? All its forms.
No one person or organization did this on their own. Our streetcar was a decades-long group effort. First prototyped by the dedicated volunteers of Old Pueblo Trolley. Let's hear it for them.
Yeah, that was great.
About 14 years ago, it was jump-started by a small group of people who called themselves Tucsonans for Sensible Transportation. Initially, Clegg Van Slyke III, right over there. Gene Kaywood, who's wearing the 1906 uniform of Tucson Rapid Transit. Tony Haswell, who actually founded Amtrak in the country, but he's a Tucsonan, and he helped with this. Joy Hercardillo, a public interest attorney who's been there right from the beginning. Camille Kirshner, I don't know where Camille is, but she was out there with those petitions constantly in front of Casa Video. Bob Cook, the guy who was always there with the economic standpoint, the big picture. Bob Cook. Donovan Durbin believed in downtown from the beginning and came on board seeing what this would do. Ron Spark, the good doctor who always cares about public health and public safety in Tucson. And me. And we grew to 1,600 members within a year. No one with a title in that group, just regular citizens who decided to make a difference. That's what's great about our democracy. We can do this together. It was championed by a once skeptical mayor named Bob Walkup. You're going to hear from him a little bit more later.
You mean Ding Ding?
It was adopted by the Citizen-Driven Regional Transportation Authority, with leaders from the community and regional elected officials like Rick Myers, Katie Dusenberry, Carolyn Campbell, Ramon Valadez, Richard Elias, Jim Click, yes, Jim Click, and the late, great Tim Ahrens. Big man for Tim Ahrens. He was out there on the trenches every single night. And approved by region-wide voters. It was funded by Congress members Grijalva, Pastor, and Giffords, along with the U.S. Department of Transportation. And it was carried home by the City of Tucson's transportation staff, including Shelly Jed, Jim Glock, and Darrell Cole, and Mayor Rothschild, and our 6 council members. We did this together!
The rest of us will suffer.
I've been sweating on my script. Merchants have flocked to the route, breathing new life to empty buildings and vacant lots. The University of Arizona, Main Gate downtown, the Mercado districts have all stepped up their game to prosper together, launching a renaissance along the line that has been key to Tucson's economic recovery from the worst recession in history. Say it with me this time. We did this together! For the first time since I-10 divided our historic birthplace in the west side from our downtown in the U of A, we have reunited our two spiritual halves with our streetcar traversing that beautiful new bridge over the Santa Cruz, healing old wounds and making ourselves whole once again.
Say what?
We did this together!
You're a nut job.
Our streetcar leverages other regional transit investments. We recently invested $445 million to dramatically improve our bus system through the RTA plan, so all of us have options to get around town more efficiently. I've often called the streetcar a gateway drug to buses. Think about that for a moment. Once you get hooked on a convenient and money-saving streetcar, you're more likely to ride the bus as well. And most cities which build rail transit see large increases in the ridership, and Tucson will be no exception. We did this together!
Robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Sure, there have been naysayers, but many, like my good friend Steve Christie, he never used to agree with me about much of anything. But they've been converted to believers by the wonders we now behold. Wonders that prove community investments in infrastructure create amazing returns for everyone. An investment of $189 million in local and federal funds returned more than $1 billion, we heard today $1.5 billion from the latest figures, in development and thousands of jobs within 3 blocks of a 4-mile route in the middle of a huge recession nationwide. We did this together!
Yeah, keep looking down, buddy.
On top of that, it's cool to be from Tucson again, even at 110 degrees. Brilliant graduates from the U of A no longer feel compelled to take their brains and start up businesses elsewhere to more enticing cities. We now are one of those enticing cities. Young entrepreneurs are flocking here. Look at those new co-working spaces along here, like those folks up there. We got hip clubs, we got bars, we got restaurants, we got Pizzeria Bianco. We got corporate headquarters, we got creative next generation spaces like Maker House.
Man, happy
Our future is
slavery.
bright and it's getting brighter. We did this together. As you ride these graceful economic engines today, watching a newly unified city and thriving city roll by your windows from east to west, west to east, think about how much more we can do if we continue to put our differences aside, if we invest in ourselves, and if we do it together.
When you got one party rule, it really
Where do we want to
doesn't
go
matter.
next? The airport? Park Place Mall? Tucson Mall? Keno Sports Park? The south side? The west side? Where can we spark the next economic boom through streetcar investment? It's up to us. We did this once already. We can do this again.
No!
Together. Thank you, Tucson. We'll see you on the extensions.
Keep stealing. Keep stealing,
Now
baby. Keep stealing.
I'd love to introduce this man next. You got it?